Hello, good day and welcome to Dundee, Narco Town. Nice place, V&A, good place to visit. Winston Churchill was the MP for this town for over 20 years and we've got lots of royal connections. Kings have lived in Dundee, palaces have been here, castles have been here. One of the wealthiest places in the world on several occasions. More billionaires living in Dundee in the past than anywhere else in the world. And so, I'm going to tell you this. So, stolen valor. I think the Americans, the SEAL teams, the Marines, just the large number of soldiers they have, large amount of equipment they have, and that's fine. You know, that is fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all fine. But they have stolen valor. I just noticed this, that America is an offspring of the British Empire. There's no way to avoid that. Britain gave birth to the USA. Its constitution is based on a Scottish constitution, the Constitution of Arbroath, the Declaration of Arbroath. So the constitution is Scottish. And whether you like it or not, the roots, the underpinnings, the Christian ideology, the Bible, it's the USA, America. Well, it's not America; it's the whole continent. But the United States is the birth child of Scotland. There is just no way to avoid that. That's demonstrable. And the SEAL teams. So I worked with the SEAL Team 32. And I have no stolen valor because they call it just talking pish, and so I'm not interested in the SEAL teams ringing the bell to ring out. Not one Navy SEAL could endure the psychological breakdown of Dundee's, system. Not one of them. You don't see many SEALs walking about in Dundee looking confident because they just crumble. What you need is the real McCoy. And obviously my father's American and he was military intelligence. He was a captain. You can look that up. Larry or Lawrence Lerner. He was posted in Berlin and then Korea. Not when there was actually fighting, but he was looking after MPs, and he was dealing out justice and doing whatever military intelligence needs to do. Usually lawyers, like politicians, and usually quite smart. They don't need to go about killing people themselves. They can get other people to kill people for people. Now, I'm the son of this American captain, and I also had another adopted dad in Scotland who was a sheriff, as a judge, and he got a read on, Larry, and you could see that he was a bit of a pervert, bit of a scumbag, bit of a liar, bit of a crook. But nevertheless, my dad never said anything. He spotted it straight away. The way he treated my mum tells you everything. He pumped and dumped her. That's what they call it here, pumped her and dumped her. And he also sent money to have me aborted, illegally killed in 1966, with his grandfather involved in the money, $100, $120 sent to kill the firstborn child. Now, that's just a matter of demonstrable history. You can look up social services in Scotland at this, but I have to forgive the boy. He was born in 1945, I believe. Mum was 44, and that's going to make him 81, 82, something like that. And you have to forgive him for all his crookery. He ran off with an Austrian woman whose dad was a Nazi fighter pilot. She sucked all the money out of an English Canadian man. Had 2 kids with him. He was the boss of Black & Decker in Canada, and reportedly he was the one who designed and built the Dustbuster, which was such a big hit for Black & Decker. Luckily a team did it. He just put his name to that team, but that's okay. It's like SEAL Team 32. sometimes we're talking pish. And that's just the way we see it in Scotland. Now, Navy SEALs, they can line up at my door if they want to. I will see the back of each one of them, one after the other, because they're going to be full of shit, really, honestly. The guy who does the stolen valour, he's full of shit. I've smelt his shit from Scotland. You know, he sits in a hot house in a hot country with his hot food, and he's got a fat ass. He has a really fat ass. I mean, I've seen his fat ass as he walks, but I'm not wanting to be derogatory to him. I'm sure when he's got a lot of guys around him and a lot of equipment, a lot of guns, and they've got, you know, fancy helicopters backing them up, military support, and, you know, satellite, all this stuff they've got, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they're fine up against villagers, poor villagers in their own country, just have to defend the dust of wee farms. I'm sure that when the Roman Empire comes marching in with all its stuff, I'm sure that they can beat them up quite quickly, but they won't stop fighting back because they see the Americans, the USA, as assholes. I mean, that's honestly that pretty much every military in the world sees the American military as assholes because they're just full of burgers, full of shit, full of you know, American bravado. You know, that all this woo-woo. So, you know, there's only so many adverts in the American football game you can listen to without realising it's just a big pile of hot dogs and burgers. It's pretty thin, honestly. Not exactly what you'd call, you know, the clever side of the street. I think that's where you start looking at places like Japan, places like, you know, Norway, places around the world that are clever. You know, like some Asian countries, the way that they look after the nation, the country, the streets. America is infested with drugs and corruption, political and ideological. They just gave birth to so much pride. It's just like they vomited out all orifices. So massive pride. Ireland's bad for it as well, actually. They're bad for the lesbians. Oh God, they're really bad for the lesbians, and the lesbians go to university and think they're the smartest thing in the street. And yet they've got that cockphobia, you know, that they should go to jail for cockphobia, actually. Should be one of the listed things, you know, Islamophobia, transphobia, cockphobia. It should be on the list, because, I mean, they definitely are terrified of the cock. There's no doubt about it. I've seen it, smelt it, felt it. Anyway, 7.5 minutes. Stolen valour. I don't hate the USA, quite the opposite. I think the USA is fine, but it's only one of almost 200 countries in the world. It's not any better. It doesn't do well in the World Cup because they don't work well together. They don't really work well together, not really. It certainly don't work well with the rest of the world. Donald Trump, well, we'll see. He's getting old. He's finding it hard to walk up the stairs to the plane. He's going to need lifted up soon. Maybe you can carry him up like a baby, you know, carry Trump up like a baby and pop him down. And we get the Rock Johnson to lift him, carry him up. But he's not probably strong enough. We need a real strong person, probably. I would recommend the old fire chief that did the 9/11. You know, when he said that we didn't pull any buildings. I'm not going to lie because I've lost a lot of men, but I'm not going to pull any buildings. But yet the narrative is that these buildings were pulled, and so somebody's telling lies, and I doubt it was the fire chief. He's not paid enough to lie. He certainly wouldn't be lying when his colleagues are getting murdered, killed by all this debris coming off buildings. Anyway, 8 minutes 40. How about go? Stolen valour. Yeah, shove the Navy SEALs up the Irish arse. Honestly, I can't be doing with them. I'll just line them up. I'll take them out one at a time with a kick to the knob. That's what I'm thinking. Right, beat it, get going. Stolen valour in Scotland, and you go.